So, how do you make a list that's effective, keeps you efficient, and keeps you on top of your to-do list when you can't do time blocking? Hi, I'm Andrea. What I do on this channel is I talk about what it's like to go from being very career-oriented, business-oriented, until being a stay-at-home mom in your 40s. Now, for me, I was a business owner, a clinic director, and a medical professional, and I worked as a physical therapist for many, many years. And what I learned when I was doing full-time patient care and managing a clinic and running a business is that when you can't time block, how do you get things done? And the way that you get things done is by effective list making. You have to be able to prioritize what is urgent and important, what is important, not urgent, what is not important and not urgent, and what is not important and urgent. And if you're able to categorize all the things that you need to do into those 4 categories, you're going to prioritize your need to do's first and be able to get more done. And this is how you can keep yourself efficient when you will find yourself with unexpected, as I did in patient care, as I do with being a stay-at-home mom, when you can't time block, is that you find yourself with pockets of time intermittently throughout the day that you can't necessarily predict. So you need to be prepared to get the things that you prioritize done when those pockets of time present themselves. Let me show you how I've done it as a clinic manager and how I do it now as a mom. So I'll show you how to make an effective list that keeps you on top of your priorities. One moment. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to make that list that helps you keep your priorities prioritized and also prevents you from doing the things that you don't want to prioritize or that you don't want to spend time on. So let me show you. So what we have here are 4 areas of your note-taking chart, and I'll pop in every once in a while so you can see me. So we have our important and urgent. These are the things that need to get done today. These are your important but not urgent. These are the things that you want to get done, but you have a little wiggle room on when they need to get done. You have your not important and not urgent. These are the things that you absolutely don't care about, and if you never did them, that would be fine. And then the not important but urgent. And so I'm going to give you examples of what each of these things could be, and I'll give you some of my real life examples. So your important and urgent for a stay-at-home mom could be, I need to make sure that I pump milk today. So I'm going to pump, so I'm going to put that on my priority list. That needs to get done today, important and urgent. I need to exercise. If I don't put that on my list of what's important and urgent, it will not happen. Okay, what else needs to get done? Maybe I need to sweep the floor. So I'm going to write it down on my list. The other thing is maybe I need to make a doctor's appointment that I need to do right away. I can't delay on. So important and urgent are things that you absolutely have to get done today. And these are also things that pop up suddenly, like your best friend might call and say, hey, I need to talk to you. I'm going through something very substantial. So you would add that to your important and urgent. You don't have to physically write it down, but you get what I'm saying. If something requires you to drop everything to get it done today, or that you need to get it done today and you have to prioritize it, you put it on this side of the list and you get it done. What about the important and not urgent? These are things that you have time for. So important but not urgent depends on what your priorities are, but it could be Christmas presents if you celebrate Christmas. So making sure that you're ordering or going out and buying those. Another one that could be important but not urgent could be, I'm trying to think of a good example, but it could be planning a party. Or maybe, because Thanksgiving's right around the corner, I might actually go into the important and urgent because it's only a few days away. But it could be Thanksgiving dinner plans. It could be, let's say that you need to make a dentist appointment, but you don't need to go for 6 months. Well, it could be a dentist appointment. So these are the things that you absolutely want to get done. You do want to prioritize, but they don't need to be done this second. But they matter to you. So your goal actually is to make sure that this list stays as small as possible by staying on top of the important but not urgent. Don't wait until they're urgent, because once they're urgent, like a deadline is coming up or something, the chances that you're going to be able to put in the highest quality work and output is lower. Now, I've heard some people say that they do their best work when they procrastinate, and you know what? I'm sure they're out there, but for me personally, I have found that if I am able to give myself time and I can put attention on something and I can put some diligence and then check and recheck because I've given myself enough time to do that, I'm actually able to create my best work. All right, so what about the other two categories? Not important and not urgent. What could that be? That could be scrolling, social media. I mean, would life be so bad if that never happened again? I don't know. It's just the things that you do that don't actually add anything to your life. They don't bring you extra enjoyment. And they actually get in the way of you getting able to do some of these other things. I guess you could put self-care in one of these. You know what I find is that if you do the not important, not urgent things too often, you really compromise your ability to be able to do the things that you do want to do, like self-care. And then be specific on what self-care is. Is it taking a bath? Is it going to exercise? Is it going on a walk? Is it reading? Is it writing? But if you do things like scroll social media, that takes away the pockets of time that when you find yourself with them, you're actually not going to do the things that matter, and you're not going to be able to fill your own cup again. So just being deliberate is really important. I learned this being, right, a business owner, a manager, and now a mom. All right, so what's next? The not important but urgent. This is an interesting one, right? So it could be a text message or any notification you get on your phone. So these are the things that are not necessarily important. You don't need to do them right away. They are not going to add to your day necessarily, but because they ping you and get your attention immediately, you drop everything else you're doing and you check them. So how often have you found yourself checking a text message you could have gotten back to, or checking a notification that wasn't really all that important? So what I recommend here is set times to deliberately check your messages. Set times to deliberately get back to your text messages or phone calls. But if you're constantly letting your phone ding you and interrupt you all day, your ability to get the other things done that actually matter to you becomes compromised. So I hope this quick tip helps. I make lists like this almost every day, and once I get something done, you better believe I'm crossing it off. And that's how you can just get more done when you can't time block, but you find yourself with 3 to 5 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, or sometimes up to half an hour where you're able to get things done. I hope this is helpful. I'd love your tips and tricks on how you get things done, and I'd really enjoy your feedback. Take good care. Bye.